Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us for OACAC and StriveScan's virtual college exploration. We're excited that you're joining us today and hope that you will continue searching for sessions that are offered through the website at oacac.org. During this presentation, your camera and microphones will be off so the panelists cannot hear or see you. However, you will have the opportunity to ask questions using the Q&A box. Please feel free to utilize that at any point throughout the presentation. And another reminder is that this recording and all other recordings of sessions will be available on the website. Without further ado, I will turn it over to West Virginia University.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jody Kilpatrick, and I am a Senior Program Coordinator and Regional Recruiter with West Virginia University. I live in the state of Ohio, and I work with all Ohio students, and I am super excited to be of the state of West Virginia that you are most familiar with. It is by far the largest institution in the statewide system. And then we have our Beckley, which is WVU Tech in Southern West Virginia. And then to the east, we have Kaiser, or Potomac State College. We have about 31,300 students system-wide. Morgantown University has about 28,500 students, and we offer 340 different majors. So we offer undergraduate majors, master's level and graduate level, professional and doctorate level degrees. Our Beckley campus is more technology focused, and they offer 3 degrees that we do not have at our main campus, which include construction management, aviation management, and a culinary arts degree. Our Kaiser University offers associate programs that are not offered at the other 2 campuses, and they are very student-centric. So if you are still in the exploratory area of your career path and not exactly sure what career you want to go to, this might be a good starting point for you. The Beckley and the Kaiser campuses are much smaller, but all 3 of these campuses are residential campuses. So from this point forward, I'm going to talk about the flagship institution in Morgantown. It is located just a short drive from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If you haven't been to Morgantown, many of you have maybe at least been by Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we're about an hour and 10 minutes south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is the largest city close to Morgantown. Morgantown is a college town. It was voted one of the best, smallest cities in the entire nation. It's about a 3-hour drive from Columbus, Ohio, and a 3-hour drive from Cleveland, Ohio, if that gives you some perspective from where you are located in the state of Ohio. Who are our students? So we do have, as I mentioned, about 28,000 overall students at the Morgantown campus. 21,000 of those students are undergraduate students. About 5,000 of those students do live on the campus. Our students represent all 50 states in the nation and all 55 counties in the state of West Virginia. About 54% of our students do come from states other than West Virginia. 2,300 of those students are international students, and they come from 118 different countries. At any given time, there is 100 different languages that are being spoken on the West Virginia University Morgantown campus. So this is a map of our campus area. As you can see, it is quite large. So the bottom of the map area, the orange or the gold color is our downtown campus area. And this is the original campus area, and it still has some of the original buildings from the 1800s that have been fully restored. Very interesting architecture. These are a lot of the pictures that you will see in our ads, and on our website we'll feature these buildings because we're very proud of them. A lot of greenery on the downtown campus, just to give you an idea of what it looks like, maybe what you would imagine an Ivy League college to look like. And then we have our Evansdale campus area, which is in the center, the light blue area. Some folks call it the engineering campus because the engineering school has a very strong presence on the Evansdale campus. They have 3 buildings in that area. We also have our agricultural, natural resource and design college that's located there. Their greenhouses are located there. It's a brand new building, our Davis College of Agricultural, Natural Resource and Design, as well as other new buildings, including a new student center that is located there. And then just beyond the Evansdale campus area, we do have our health science campus area. The Ruby Memorial Hospital is there. It's very close to our football stadium. Our nursing school is over there. So from the beginning of the downtown campus to the end of the health science campus, it's about a 2.5-mile radius. So you think, oh goodness, that's big. How am I going to get around? So to make that campus a lot smaller, we like to say we have the coolest transport around. We have the Personal Rapid Transit System, or the PRT. So if you look in the lower corner of this map, you will see a monorail car, and these are easy to use student-run cars where you would use your student ID to select one of our 5 stops, and the yellow circles throughout this map represent those 5 stops. So as you can see, they run throughout the entire campus area, and there's even a stop in downtown Morgantown. So campus life, again, as you see our campus and how it is spread out, and it does seem quite large and maybe intimidating to somebody that's just seeing it for the first time. Don't let it intimidate you, because we do have 14 different colleges and schools that make up our Morgantown campus. And what I mean by that is we have the College of Nursing, we have the College of Engineering, we have the College of Business, we have the School of Medicine, and so on. And each of these colleges have their own unique place on campus, as well as the colleges and their unique places with their classes that would take place within that unique space. We also have residence facilities that are throughout that whole entire campus area. So we do have 12 different residence halls that are spread throughout that area that I showed you on the map, and then also 2 apartment style complexes. So technically you can live right beside the college that houses your major. So I like to look at it as a lot of smaller colleges on a large campus setting with all of the large campus opportunities. So also, as far as resources that we don't just have 1 library, we have 4 libraries, and again, they are spread out throughout both campus areas, that downtown campus area and the Evansdale campus area. We do have our student union that is in the downtown campus area that has a large food court area. And the downstairs, we have the largest bowling alley at any university on the East Coast, there's a movie theater in there, billiards, if you like to play pool, all kinds of activities that are going on at any time. But then we also, on the Evansdale campus, we have our student rec center over there, and we have Evansdale Crossing that has another food court area. So, which brings me to the topic of food, which I get a lot of questions about. Well, what if I live on the Evansdale campus area and the only place to eat is at the student center? Well, that's just not the case. We have 30 different places on our campus to eat. And again, that is spread out throughout that whole campus area. So one thing I can promise you, you will not go hungry at West Virginia University if you are a student there. So again, something for everybody at WVU. The last thing you want to do is just come and sit in your room, and studying is very, very important, but so is all of those classes, or all of that time outside of academics and outside of the classroom. So we offer at least 485 different clubs and organizations on our campus. So these clubs and organizations may be major focused, so they may go hand in hand with the major that you select so that you can network with folks that are in careers that maybe you are interested in the future, or maybe it gets you some hands-on learning within that major, or possibly you are involved in service learning projects and community service, and you want to continue that. We are a land-grant institution, and we 100% support our students doing community service. As a matter of fact, we partner with 200 different local organizations for our students to give back to the community, and we have an office that does nothing but set that up. We also have intramural sports. If you are interested in playing sports, but maybe not at that Division I level, then you would have the opportunity to get involved in intramural sports, which our intramural sports and our courts and our fields and everything are located right there on our campus. You don't have to drive elsewhere or use other facilities in the town of Morgantown. So that's very nice. We do have fraternities and sororities that are available for our students, and housing right on campus for those. We have many different mentoring programs. So the sky's the limit on what you can get involved in on our campus. All of this information is available on our website, and you can learn about these organizations and these clubs and connect with faculty members that work within these organizations, or student presidents of the organizations or clubs prior to becoming a student, and use it as part of your decision making. See if you would feel comfortable in joining these groups. Travel and safety on campus. I talked a little bit about the PRT. It is the coolest transport around, but we also have a bus system, and again, free for students. It travels throughout the campus area. It travels downtown, and then it also, on certain days, will travel to Pittsburgh if you want to, for instance, take it to get a plane to go elsewhere, or take the Greyhound home to some place in Ohio that would be available, or maybe just go over to catch a show or whatever it may be. Safety is a top priority on our campus. We are one of the safest schools in the nation, and that's something we really, really pride ourselves on. So you have probably been on a college campus and seen the emergency poles, and we most definitely have those on our campus. Our police response time is 2 minutes, which I think is pretty good. If you do have to use an emergency pull, once you push the button, it not only alerts campus police, but it also alerts the Morgantown police. We also have a app that you download on your smartphone that's called Live Safe. So if you are leaving class and you are walking by yourself, as an example, you can download and allow other students or friends or even your parents back home to tell them that you are now walking home, and they can basically log on and walk with you. So if at any time you would feel like you were unsafe, you are able or they are able to push a button and alert authorities that you are uncomfortable or you are in a bad situation so that you could get help right away. So these are all of the colleges and schools that I mentioned, a whole long list of those. And each of these schools have their own clubs and organizations that are associated with them. Many of them have additional stackable scholarships that you can get upon admission that are renewable for 4 years. They have their own set of possibly admission criteria. So these are all things that I am happy to work with each and every one of you on an individual basis and answer any questions that you may have, as well as representatives from these schools. So we do have some unique majors at WVU that I like to highlight. One of those majors that we are very well known for is forensic science. So students can focus in forensic chemistry, forensic biology, or forensic examiner. And this particular major, WVU was the pioneers of this major, so we were the first university to ever have it. We've been fully accredited in this major for years and years, and we are the only school to have it all the way up to the doctoral level. So we're very excited about that. And we also have the world's largest crime scene training facility to go along with this degree. So if that is something that you're interested in, please, please, please do yourself a favor and learn more about this degree, connect with folks on our campus, and see what our students are doing, what our alumni are doing, and it's a pretty neat field to go into. Neuroscience, I like to point that out too. We have it starting at the undergraduate level all the way up to the doctoral level. We are the only school to have an Institute of Human Memory, and we have research going on right now in Alzheimer's. We have Alzheimer's research going on, and they are making some really great strides in that area. We have several 3+3 law track programs. So we have accelerated undergraduate degrees that you can get done in 3 years, take the LSAT, and then go on to law school at WVU. And no matter what state you're from, so you're from Ohio, you would still get in-state tuition for law school because you have an undergraduate degree from WVU. We have some undergraduate degrees that are part of the Ohio Reciprocity Agreement, which I am going to elaborate on that in just a few minutes, that you could get in-state tuition for both undergraduate and for law school. So those are just a few of the highlights, and of course we have many, many more degrees that to offer. Campus resources, we have an abundance of campus resources that is continuously assessed, and more and more resources are available to students every year, from counseling services to tutoring services to diversity initiatives, career services, help with getting internships and ultimately jobs, and anything, initiatives to help with first generation students. So we do everything that we can to support our students. And I always say all the ingredients are there. You just have to take advantage of it and use it. And again, and I think I've said this earlier in the presentation, but really sky is the limit. Campus opportunities. So we have a lot of labs and working facilities on our campus and very close to our campus. I mentioned the greenhouse. We have this fantastic greenhouse that's right there on the campus. We have acres and acres of forestry land for our forestry management programs. We have, of course, our level 1 trauma center that's within Ruby Memorial Hospital. We have Ruby Memorial Hospital itself for all of our nursing clinicals and all of our health professional majors. Students do all of their clinicals and internships and shadowing right there on campus, and that in itself is, I think, a very, very good asset to us. Again, the crime scene houses, that's phenomenal. We have 2 working farms. We have a planetarium. So anything that a human cadaver lab. So a list of different opportunities just so students can actually physically use the education that they're learning. So hands-on, it goes along with being a research institution. We have NASA right on our campus for our aerospace engineering students, and the list does go on. Research, I have mentioned we are a R1 research institution, so one of 115 different institutions in the nation that can say that. We offer research not only in STEM fields, but a lot of our non-STEM fields do research. Just to give an example, our Reed School of Media has a partnership and does research for Google. We have students, many Rhodes Scholars and Truman Scholars and Fulbright Scholars that have got awards to go on and study at places like Oxford, and grant money to continue research. And so we're very proud of this fact. Study abroad, if anybody is interested in study abroad, this is highly encouraged at West Virginia University. In fact, President Gee, our president, wants every student to have the ability to study abroad, so much so that we do have a division or a department on our campus that it is their sole responsibility to help students make this happen. So we have many partnerships throughout the world where it's an even exchange for tuition and room and board. So you pay your tuition, your room and board at WVU, and you can go to college in another country and get those different experiences. And we have such a vast amount of different schools that we partner with that we have a search engine that's available on our website. So you put in what you want to study, what time of the year, and what time you want to go, and it'll show you those different opportunities. So we partner in about 50 different countries and in every continent but Antarctica. And I'm sure if there's something going on there, we would make it happen for you if that's what you want. Diversity initiatives, we are really making strides in this area. We have a week-long diversity event. We have several multicultural groups that are a part of the university. We have a group that's called Rise WVU that is in place to assist students of color and Latinx and other diverse groups with getting a with continuing their education and ensuring that they are completing their degree in time and giving them any kind of resources that they need to make that happen. And also just providing you know, training and things, series to go along with these initiatives that we were putting in place on our campus. Honors College. So we do have an honors college on our campus, and this is all part of a one application. So when you apply to West Virginia University, you apply to the university, you apply to the major that you're interested in, you apply for all scholarships, and then if you do qualify for honors college, so if you have at least a 3.7 GPA, a 26 ACT, or a 1230 SAT, you will automatically be invited to join Honors College. We do have a test optional option this year that we are just waiting on the final criteria for that. So you can look for that very soon if you have not been able to test due to the pandemic. We certainly understand that, and we will have different criteria for students that have been have struggled with not being able to test, so that you're not at a disadvantage. But our honors college has a lot of advantages. They get priority registration. There's 2 different honors dorms. So we have our downtown honors college for students that are with majors that are housed on our downtown campus. So for instance, our business school is on the downtown campus, our Reed School of Media is on the downtown campus, life sciences, and then we also have an honors dorm on the Evansdale campus area for engineering students, and our agricultural, natural resource and design students, our College of Creative Arts students. So housing is another perk, but also students have the ability to get into some smaller classes, and they get first dibs at research and have some interesting internships that are offered to them that maybe aren't offered to the general population of students. So there's some advantages that go along with that. Honor students also, when they graduate, about 81% of them all have jobs before they even graduate college. So if you do qualify, because of some of the initiatives that are put into place, there's a higher likelihood that you will be very successful even before you graduate. Traditions, so WVU is well known for country roads. So if you have looked into WVU at all, you may know that Country Roads is sung at the end of every football game, every basketball game, well, every sporting event, and pretty much any event that takes place at West Virginia University. So if you do decide to be a future Mountaineer, your homework before you come to campus is to learn every single word because you will be singing it a lot. Also, I just want to point out that our Mountaineer is the only NCAA Mountaineer that you can see his or her face. So the Mountaineer is always somewhat of a celebrity, even when they're not in their uniform, because they're highly recognizable. So the Mountaineer just can't go anywhere without being recognized in at least Morgantown, most likely throughout the whole entire state of West Virginia. The PRT, every year students do the PRT cram, and that is, they see how many students they can fit in one of the PRT cars, and I believe the record is something like 94. I don't even want to know how they did it, but I know it wasn't standing up. They had to do something fancy there, so. facility upgrades. So we're always doing facility upgrades, and we've had several new buildings over the last couple of years. Our newest building will be complete next year, and that is Reynolds Hall. It's a brand new business school that is going to be located in Morgantown's waterfront area. It is designed specifically for specific majors within the business school so that students can again, focus on that experiential learning and that hands-on approach to learning. And you know, we're really excited for this to get done. And from what I understand, because I do live in Ohio and haven't seen it, the outside of the building is pretty much complete. They are working on the inside of the building. So these are the residence halls. We do have living learning communities. Some of the living learning communities are associated with different majors. Others are associated with multiple majors. So these are, all this information is definitely available on our website, and I am a good resource for that as well. We are a rolling admission school, so we start accepting applications in August of every year, and we will continue to accept applications until we fill our freshman class. Traditional application would require a GPA or your transcript. We look at your GPA, and we look at an ACT or an SAT score. But as I mentioned, we are also now test optional, mostly due to, we know that it has been very hard for students to test. So we are continuing and probably will, for at least the near future, have a test optional admission policy. We do have scholarships available, whether you apply with a test or without a test. I will tell you the applying with a test, if you have one, the scholarships are a little higher, but there are other ways to get scholarships as well. So we do have the automatic scholarships, but we also give scholarships based on not only financial need, but you know, again, on academic ability and trying to close the gap of what you would pay in the state of Ohio. We try to do what we can to eliminate that out-of-state tuition. And so with that, we do offer the Ohio Reciprocity Agreement. So we have about 40 majors where students get in-state tuition. And so in-state tuition at WVU would be around $10,000 a year. And so they, this is available on the website. We have a couple of engineering degrees, several degrees from the College of Creative Arts. And the list goes on, business, journalism. So lots to choose from. It is a very good program and saves students about $17,000 a year. With that said, we have a lot of virtual events that are coming up. If you go to future student resources on our website, we have live tours. We have our Ask Us Anything events, department-based events. You can always sign up for a call with me. And this is my contact information here. And I wanna give you a little time to ask me some questions if you have any. Okay, I don't see any there. I will go back a slide, and if you would like more information, I do have this form here that I can pop in here. Okay, are you doing on-campus visits at all? So at this time, we are not doing on-campus visits. We are revisiting that right now. Our students have not been in class for the last 2 weeks, but they are starting back to classes on Monday. So with them starting back to classes, and we've had a decline in our COVID cases in Morgantown recently, we are going to introduce very soon a new program for visitation on campus. There'll be much smaller visits, of course, but we are working on something. What we do have right now is students and families can come to campus and download an app onto their phone and do a tour on their own. They can stop by our visitor center and ask questions and get information and get parking passes. If you come on a weekend, parking is free. So yeah, it's up in the air, but it's coming soon. So right now the answer to that is no, but stay tuned. Okay. Any other questions? I can show you future student resources. So if you go out to future student resources, this is a really good place to go to, especially if you want to set up an appointment with either myself or with someone, a faculty member or a student representative from one of the colleges. You can do our virtual tour here, which you just go through the campus. However, we do live tours. So we do something called Tour Guide Live, where on Mondays of every week, we have a student tour guide puts on a GoPro live and goes through the downtown campus. On Wednesday, that same student tour guide will go through or maybe not the same student tour guide, but a student tour guide will go through the Evansdale campus area with a GoPro, so that, yes, we can't get you to campus, but we're getting you that same show, or so to speak, online. But here, if you go to virtual student resources, you can sign up for an appointment. So admissions counselors, that's where you would go to find me and sign up for a time to meet with me. All of the colleges are listed here. So if you're interested in journalism, you might go to the Reed College of Media, click it, and let them know that you're interested in setting up an appointment to learn more about that major. We do have some frequently asked questions that you can put there. And then that tour guide Live that I spoke of. All of these events are listed here as well. So we have some really neat things coming up. Here's the Tour Guide Live, Mondays and Wednesdays at 5:30. So they are after school. We have some virtual admission sessions, but you guys went through this with me, so that's probably one that you could pass on, but here's some other ones. So we have a open house that's coming up on October 16th and 17th. If you want to read through there, we have some really neat things that our academic colleges are doing. And they will be doing some of those tours and things of campus, some more extensive ones. If you are a senior, we are doing Go First Fridays, where you can get a instant code for a free application, and maybe even a decision on your admission live that day. Ask Us Anything events. We will have academic folks available, faculty, students. The president of the university may show up that you can ask any kind of questions to. So lots of different fun events that's coming up. So we can't physically get you to the campus now, but we do have a lot of things that are going on that we can get you really good information. Oh, I missed questions. Okay. So we do accept the Common App for admissions, and we do not require an essay. So an essay is not part of our requirement. PA program, if you are referring to a physician assistant program, we do. That is a graduate program. If you are referring to another program, let me know specifically what that is, but we do have a physician assistant program. And how much tuition, room and board out of state? So about 35,000 is a good average, and that's without scholarships. So average scholarships that our students get is over $10,000. That's just an average. Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining. And please do sign up for one of our virtual events and connect with me for more information. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much. And thank you to those in the group that were able to join us for this webinar. As a reminder, a recording of this session is available on the website, oacac.org. On the website, you can see a complete listing of the available sessions. Once you close this window, a very quick 4-question survey will appear. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Thank you.